Hello and thank you for watching. This tutorial will cover how you can create classes in SeeSaw, and this will enable you to then send work out to your students and collect it in afterwards, regardless of where they are in the world. I will be doing this demonstration from a desktop computer, because while you can access SeeSaw on almost any device with a web browser, I find it's often easier to do the initial class setup and the assignment of activities from a computer with a mouse. This video assumes that you already have a SeeSaw account. However, if you don't, it's as simple as going to the website web.seesaw.me and clicking the button Sign Up Free, clicking on I'm a teacher and following the instructions. As I haven't created any classes on my account, I'm going to click on Create Your First Class. If you have already and you've forgotten how to do it, you can click up here on your name and click on Create New Class. I'm going to call this a test class, and I'm going to say that they are a 6th grade class. Now my next task is to create a student. There are two ways you can do it. The first is to create the students manually and then send out home learning code so the students can access this. I'll show you how to do this first. To manually add students, go and click on the spanner in the top right hand corner. Generally, when you're doing anything with your class at all, the spanner in the top right hand corner is where you want to go. And I'm going to click on Add Student. They'll ask me if I want your students to sign in to SeeSaw using their Google account or email address. In this case, I don't want to because I'm creating them myself. And we're assuming, of course, because this is home learning, that they will be using one-to-one devices. Then I need to type in my student name. I can do this manually, or I can click Paste a list of student names. And you click on the green tick to save. And once more, create the class. Now, ordinarily, you would share this QR code and get the students to log in. However, we're not going to be doing that because we're working from home. Instead, you're going to close this down. You're going to click on Get Home Learning Codes. And you can either download the codes for just this class or all the students you teach. I would be inclined to download them, so I'll click Download. I'll open this in Excel. Now I'll then pass this on to my admin team to send out to all the students using a mail merge. The other way you can add students is to get them to add their own email accounts. You can do this by once again clicking on the spanner, this time going down here and selecting student sign-in mode and selecting email/Google. We then need to confirm the change. At this stage, you then click on Back, click on Add Students, and you copy and paste this code and make it available to your students. They then have 7 days to join your class using their own email. You may find that this is an easier option if you're not able to get the login codes out to your students in time. Within the spanner, there's also a number of different options that you can change. So for instance, you can change the name, change the grade level, you can add teachers, which we'll come back to in a minute, you can change the theme and the icon. They've got a number of pre-generated icons, but you can also use your own. Scrolling down, you can manage students. This allows you to see what the students posted. You can change their name, you can change their email, you can potentially change their icon as well. And if students have signed up with their own email and password, you can also change their email address and password to make sure they can log in again. You may also want to limit student likes and comments, particularly from at home, from a safeguarding perspective. You may also want to prevent them from seeing each other's work. You definitely want to leave new items require approval on in case anything is posted that's inappropriate. You probably want to enable item editing, and you probably want to enable your sample student because that makes it easier to model things. As you're away, you might also want to set up a class blog. That is entirely up to you. Feel free to have a fiddle with these instructions, and if you've got any questions, ask them. Finally, you may want to add another teacher to your class. This means that they can also see what the students have posted, they can assign activities, and they can add class members as well. You may want to do this if you share a class, or perhaps you're going to create a SeeSaw group for an entire year group. In any case, The way you do this is by clicking on the spanner, clicking on Manage Teachers. You can either enter a teacher email address in and click on Invite Teacher. However, I find sometimes this gets blocked by filtering systems. If that fails, you can click on this link here to generate a co-teacher invite link. You just need to highlight the link and send it separately to that teacher. So long as they click it once and they use it within a week, they should then be able to access the class.